Coronavirus, 40 infected Americans among cruise ship evacuees. Americans are being evacuated by bus from the ship to the planes. Medics in Wuhan resort to shaving their heads in a bid to prevent cross-infection of the coronavirus. 40 Americans being taken off the quarantined cruise ship Diamond Princess are infected with new coronavirus, a U.S. official says. They are among 400 people from the U.S. leaving the vessel docked in Japan. Most are due to depart for the U.S. on 2 government-chartered aircraft. But those carrying the virus will be admitted to Japanese hospitals. Meanwhile, China has tightened restrictions on movement in Hubei province, the center of the outbreak. What is happening on the cruise ship? The Diamond Princess has been quarantined in Japan's port of Yokohama with some 3,400 people on board since the 3rd of February after a man left the ship in Hong Kong and was found to have the virus. It has the largest cluster of coronavirus cases outside China. The Japanese authorities on Sunday said the number of new cases on board the ship had risen by 70 to 355. The 40 Americans who are infected will receive medical treatment in Japan, Dr. Anthony Fauci, director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, told Face the Nation on CBS. Others are going to be evacuated, starting imminently, to Air Force bases in the United States, he said. If people on the plane start to develop symptoms, they'll be segregated within the plane. Those entering the U.S. will undergo a 14-day quarantine, on top of the time they have already spent confined on the ship. And the reason for that, Dr. Fauci added, is that the degree of transmissibility, on that cruise ship, is essentially akin to being in a hotspot. Some of the Americans have declined to be evacuated by plane, preferring to wait until the ship quarantine comes to an end on the 19th of February. Passenger Matt Smith, a lawyer, said he would not want to travel on a bus to the plane with possibly infected people. Other evacuation flights will repatriate residents of Israel, Hong Kong and Canada. What are the new Hubei measures? People in the province of 60 million have been ordered to stay at home, though they will be allowed to leave in an emergency. In addition, a single person from each household will be allowed to leave the building every 3 days to buy food and essential items. On housing estates, one entrance will be kept open. It will be guarded to ensure that only residents can enter or leave. All other businesses will stay closed, except chemists, hotels, food shops and medical services. Meanwhile, authorities in the capital, Beijing, have ordered everyone returning to the city to go into quarantine for 14 days or risk punishment. China's central bank will also disinfect and store used banknotes before recirculating them in a bid to stop the virus spreading. What is the latest on cases? On Sunday, the Chinese authorities reported 2,009 new cases, down from 2,641 on Saturday, and 5,090 the day before. New cases spiked earlier in the week after a change in the way they were counted but have been falling ever since. In total, more than 68,500 people have so far been infected in China. National Health Commission spokesman Mi Feng said the figures showed China was managing to curb the outbreak. The effects of epidemic prevention and control in various parts of the country can already be seen. The Commission's daily bulletin also reported 142 more deaths nationwide, the vast majority in Hubei. However, Foreign Minister Wang Yi said that along with a drop in infections within Hubei, there had been a rapid increase in the number of people who had recovered. The proportion of infected patients considered to be in a serious condition has dropped nationwide from more than 15% to just over 7%, according to China's State Council. Taiwan has now reported a death from the illness, a taxi driver, 61, who had not traveled abroad recently but had diabetes and hepatitis B, Health Minister Chen Shih-chung said. The minister said many of his passengers had come from China. Outside China, there have been more than 500 cases in nearly 30 countries. 4 others have died outside China, in France, Hong Kong, the Philippines and Japan. Meanwhile, a plane carrying 175 evacuated Nepalese, mostly students, has arrived in Kathmandu from Wuhan. It is the latest country to fly its citizens out of Hubei province. The virus is a new strain of coronavirus and causes an acute respiratory disease which has been named COVID-19. News script from BBC. Please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.